You ever reply to a YouTube comment and then someone replies to your reply, and before you know, you are 5 layers deep and questioning about your life choices? That, my friend, is recursion. And that's what product based companies and other big companies love to throw at you in the interviews. We are going to solve the nested comments machine coding interview question in React and TypeScript, which will add replies dynamically, and the code will be so clean so that your interviewer might cry. This is a part of Win Machine Coding Interviews in React series, and you are going to ace this problem like a pro. So watch this playlist completely and become an interview master. So let's get started. So here I have taken one initial mock data. So let me walk you through this. As we are developing in TypeScript, we'll be needing this type. So this is comment type, and it will have the ID, text, and the replies, because if you have seen in YouTube, there are nested comments, correct? And those will be kind of same nodes. So replies will be the array of the same type. Okay, we have taken one mock data here. We are calling it initial comments, and it will be of type comment type, and it will have the ID, text, and replies, and the replies is an array and with the same kind of data. Yeah. Okay, so let's build the components required for this problem. So I'll create one components directory here. Okay, and in that we'll require a list of comments component and the individual comment component itself, and we'll handle the replies and that kind of logic in those components. So let's get started with the comment list component, as we have the initial data and we'll render it inside the app component. So let's get started for that. So let me start by creating one comment list component. Comment list .esx. So we have created the comment list component. So let's integrate it with the app component. I will add the import for this, and let's integrate it with the app. Okay, so here you can see the comment list component is integrated here. So let's write the logic for the comment list. So I'll go with the code first, and then we'll explain it step by step. So let's get started on this. So for comment list, what we'll need is we have to show the comments inside the comment list component, correct? So it will need kind of an input of the data or JSON for showing those comments. So let's add the props interface for this first. So currently the props interface is kept empty. So let's add it, like comments, like comments, and it will be of type comment. So we have already defined that type in the data.esx, if you remember, comment type. Okay, so let's get it imported. Okay, and we'll add more props in future whenever required. So for now it is fine. So we have the comments prop here, so we'll be getting those props uh, in here. So let's destructure it from here. Okay, so based on these comments, let's return the list of comments here. So what we can do is we'll get one individual comment here, and let's return the comment. For now, I'm going with a div which will just print the text of the comment, but soon we will replace it with the real comment component. So for now, I'm getting a div here. Okay, and okay, and we have the comment text here. So let's see what happens when we are showing the initial data. So yes, so comments are mapped here. We'll add the key, of course, later to the real comment component. Okay, and in the comment list, if you see, we are getting one error, that is property comments is missing. As in the comments list, we have made these comments prop as required prop. So let's add that comments, and we'll get the data, the initial comments data exported from here, and we'll import that there. Mhm. And the initial comments. Okay. Okay, here you can see we are able to see the nested comments as well. We have the second top level comment, and this is the first level comment. So let's get started with writing the actual comment component. So I'll create one source file for the comment component, comment for tsx. Great, let's create that component first. Let's call it comment. component. Okay, and we'll be having the props. So let's add class name here. Let's call it comment. For showing the comment text, we'll add one paragraph. Okay, so we are getting the error. So what it doesn't know what is comment. So let's restructure it from here. We'll have the reply feature as well. For that, we'll need a reply button. So let's add that. And let's call it on click. Okay, and it will be a kind of a toggle button. If it is toggled on, I will toggle it off and so on. So for that, we'll need a state variable. So let's do that first. Post. Let's call it show reply and set show reply, and it will be used it. Let's import it, and it will be false by default. It just toggles the show reply. So let's say show reply. Okay, that's it. So it will just toggle the reply, show reply. Okay. And and based on this show reply, we'll add the text here. Show reply, and let's make it JavaScript. If it is there, we'll add the cancel button. Else we'll show the reply. Okay. Yeah, so that's it for the show reply button. What if the show reply button is on? So let's add that code now. Yeah. So when the show reply button is on, or we have clicked on the show reply button, we'll add one reply form. So let's add the code for it. So basically it will have the input for adding the reply. We'll add the placeholder here, add your reply. Okay, and let's add the reactivity to this input and make it controlled. So we'll add the value and on change props here, value, and let's call it reply text. Reply text, and on change this reply text will be stored into the state variable. So I'm writing the handlers here itself because they are not so big. So but in real life we should add the separate handler functions here. Set reply text, and it should be event dot target dot value. Correct. So let's add these state variables here. Reply text and set reply text, and by default it will be empty string. Okay, so that's about the reply part. So how will we submit it? So let's do that, and we'll add one handler here, handler reply submit. Okay, and let's call it send. Okay, so it will be the send button for the reply. So let's add this function here, const reply submit. Okay, and what will be included in this handle reply submit? So in the handle reply submit, we will trim the reply whatever as put by the user. So suppose the user only places spaces, so we should not consider that as a reply. Correct. For that purpose, we will need to trim that reply. And the second part we will need to do is we will need to add that reply into the state. Okay, as this reply needs to be recorded, so we'll add this into the state. So let's handle this logic. As I said, we need to trim it. If the trimmed reply is non-empty string, we'll run this logic. So we need to add to state. Okay, so this is the logic. We have add to state. We have to implement this logic, and yeah, apart from this, whenever the reply is sent, we'll set the reply text as empty string again, so as for next reply can be added. And let's see, set show reply as false. again, as we have the default value as false. So let's do that again. Okay, so property comment doesn't exist on the prop, so let's add that prop again. Comment, and it will be of type comment. Okay, so yes, that error has gone. Let's try implementing this into the comment list itself. So we'll delete this div here that was temporary, and we'll import our individual comment here. Comment from comment. Okay, and here we'll need to add the key. So we have the ID field on the comment, right? So we'll add the comment dot ID here and the comment itself. So comment, as you have seen, we are getting the comments array here, so we can pass that individual comment here that we are getting in this map. Okay, great. So what we have got is we have got the reply buttons. When I click on it, I get the input box. I can place something here, and we can add the reply by using send. Okay, so you must have noticed when I add some comment here and I click on send, it is doing nothing. Okay, because we haven't added that comment into state. So if you just see here, we have just added one placeholder for that logic, but we haven't added this in the state itself. So let's do that. Let's implement that logic. For that, what we can do is we can handle that logic into the app component, so that our state, as we are passing it from the app component, the initial comments we are passing from app component, will uplift the state into the app component, and from there we'll handle the reply logic. And for that, we'll need another prop called add comments, that will handle the logic, and will as we have only two level of nesting here, we'll do the prop drilling in this case. And apart from that, we'll need to handle whenever we have the nested replies, we'll need to handle that part also. So we'll need to show the comment list again, as this is a recursion. We'll call the comment list again whenever there are replies in the array. So let's handle that. If comment has the replies, means the replies length is greater than 0, and in that case we need to show the comment list again. Okay, so let's import the comment list again. Okay, and this requires one mandatory prop, that is comments, and the replies are type of comments itself, right? For that we can pass the replies here. Okay, so let's save this. Okay, so now you can see the nested replies are shown here. So we have the reply to the first comment, then we have reply to reply, and then another reply to the first comment, second top level comment. We can see the hierarchy now as per the data we have passed in the first step in the initial comments. So let's make it dynamic, and let's add some more code so that our new replies will be also added into the state. Okay, for that we'll need to handle the handle reply or add reply logic. So how we can do that, let's see. So what we can do, we will get this add reply logic from the app component itself. For that we need the prop to be drilled to the child component. So let's add that prop here, add reply. Okay, so it will require the ID, right? To which ID that reply is shown. So we'll reply that parent ID, so it is number, and the reply text, that is string, and it will be void returning function. Okay, and let's add this here as well. We'll get that from here, add reply, and we'll pass it down to comment also, add reply, add reply. Okay, let's copy this type, and let's add this prop in the comment component as well. Here also we'll add that. Okay, we'll destructure it in the comment also, and we'll pass it down here as well. Okay, and apart from that, where we have to pass it, we have to pass it in this logic. Okay, so we have to pass the ID and text here. So we have the comment here dot ID that will become the parent and the text, and that text is like reply text that we have to send. Okay, so from here we'll pass it to the comment list component. Like comment is the child, we'll pass this comment ID and reply text from comment to comment list, and from comment list to the app component. Okay, so this is how this prop drilling is sending data from child to the parent. Okay, so that was about this logic. So let's add the final logic for this. So as we have imported the comment list here, you can see the error and reply is missing on the props. So let's add that, add reply, and let's call it add reply again in the app component. Okay, so this add reply needs to be defined somewhere, so let's add that. Let's add reply, and if you remember, we needed the parent ID here, and that's a number, and the text, that's string, and we'll add the logic here. So basically what we can do is, whenever we are adding the reply, we'll update the state itself immutably. Okay, and we'll set that state again in the initial state or initial comments. So for that we'll do some logic here, like we'll say update it, and let's write another code for it. Let's write another function. So add reply to tree. Okay, and let's add the comments here. Okay, but yeah, so currently we are not storing the comments inside the state. So let's add the use state hook here, and let's add the initial comments into state hook. Let's say comments, set comments. Okay, and use state. Okay, and it will be of type comment array. So let's add that generic here, comment type, and it will be array of that. Okay, and the initial value for this will be initial comments, and let's pass these comments here down to the prop instead of directly passing the initial comments. So this change we have to do for that purpose. So here what we can do is we can pass the comments to the add reply to tree function, and let's pass the parent ID again and the text again, so that we can update that particular node of the comments tree. So yeah, let's write that function now. Const add reply to tree. Okay, there will be some signature to it, and it will return something. Correct. So what we are taking it from here, comments, parent ID, and text. So let's do that here again. So let's call it tree, as the function name is tree. So it is of type comment type. Okay, array. The second parameter we have is parent ID. The parent ID, so it is number, and the next thing is text, and that's string, and we are mistakenly adding it here. It should be in the parameters. Correct. Okay, and what it will return, it will return the updated tree based on the parent ID and text we are providing, as this will return when the updated comment tree. So let's do that. So what it will do is return tree dot map. Okay, so we are mapping it, so we'll get the comment here, and what we will return is based on the parent ID that we are providing. If that parent ID is present there, we'll update the text for that parent ID, or we'll add it. So if comment dot ID equals to the parent ID that we have taken, correct, in that case return the comment itself, the the comment data itself and add one reply uh, to the existing replies. So we can say replies, and in that we'll destructure the old replies, comment dot replies, and we'll add the new reply here. So new reply will be of type comment, so we'll need to add the id here, correct? So what id we can pass is date dot now. So what date dot now returns is, it returns a timestamp in the milliseconds, you can say. So it will never be same, right? Because the time is always passing. So we'll see the id, so it will be unique id. Okay, the text that we are getting from the comment input, and the replies will keep it empty array. Okay, so that we can add the further replies to that. Okay, so this is about the comment. Okay, and if this parent id is not same, so we'll do the same logic, like whatever replies are there, we'll keep it as it is, and we'll add the add reply to tree function. We'll call it again for each replies for that. So let's do that again. Okay, so if this logic isn't there, so we'll return the tree itself, and we'll destructure the comment again. Okay, and for the replies, okay, for the replies, we'll add the uh, call to the same function again, add reply to tree, and in that we'll add the comment dot replies, the parent id, and text. So why we are using this recursive function here? Okay, so there is a reason behind this. So suppose you are adding reply to a comment, okay, but that comment is not the top level comment, and that comment can be 3 level nested, correct? So in that case, what we have to do, if that comment is not top level comment and we have to go deep down into the comments, like the nested comments, we need to go to the replies again. Okay, we need to go to the first comments replies, then second comments replies, and then third comments replies. For that we need this recursion step. Okay, for that we are using this add reply to tree again on the replies of the top level comment, if this condition is not matching at the top level comment. So that's the reason behind it. Okay, so what's the return type here? Any. Okay, so this function will return the comment type again, comment type array. So let's comment type array, and let's add the return type here. Okay, so we have added the function add reply to tree. Okay, so we are getting the updated reply from here. So let's set the comments again with the updated comments. So set comments updated. Okay, and we are adding this reply. So let's try this logic here on the replies. So this is the reply to the first comment, so let's add one reply here. This is my reply. Okay, and let's call it send. Okay, so here you can see I'm getting the this is my reply in the tree. What is happening here is we haven't styled the commentary well, so we are not able to understand to what comment we are replying. So we'll do that shortly. So what next? Now let's add some content into the app JSX, so we'll be able to understand the flow here. So let's call it app. Let's add one h2 element here for the heading, and item, and let's call it nested comments problem, and let's add one new comment form, because we should be able to add the comments at the top level also, right? It is not always the reply, we should be able to add the new comment as well. So let's add that feature again, if dot new comment form. Okay, in that we can add one input here, and we'll do the same thing we did for the reply input. So input, that type will be text, the value will be new comment, we'll add that state variable shortly, and the on change handler on change, and it will take one event, and we'll set the set new comment, set new comment as event dot target dot value. Okay. Okay, and we'll save it. Okay, we'll add the placeholder, add new comment, add the state hook for the new comment, and set new comment, and it will be use state with the default value of empty string. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we have added the state hook for the new comment. So let's add the button again. Okay, button for sending that new comment. So let's call it add comment. Okay, and let's add one click handler on this, on click, and let's call it add new top level comment. Okay, and let's add that here. Const add new top level comment. Okay, and let's add this function, right? So what will go inside this function? So again, what we have to do is when the comment is not only space, like we'll trim that input, and if that is a valid comment, we'll add that into the tree. Okay, and the comments tree will be updated based on the new comment we added. So again, the same thing. If new comment dot trim. Okay, if that is a valid comment, then what we can do is we can do set comments again, set comments, and we'll take the previous, we'll use the functional state update here, we'll use the previous value of the comment, and what we can do is we can return the new array of comments. In that we'll take the previous destructured, so as to keep the previous comments as they are. Okay, and we'll add the new comment top level. So what we can do is we'll add the new id here, just like we added before, date dot now. um, we'll add the text here, and we'll add the new comment that we have added, text as new comment, and we'll say the replies array to empty array, so that we can add further replies into that. Okay, so we are setting the new comments again, and we'll set the comments input to empty again whenever we send the comment. Okay, so that's it for the new top level comment. So let's try to add that. This is new comment latest. Okay, and let's click on it. Okay, comment. Yeah, so here you can see at the end we are getting this new comment. Okay, and we can add reply on it, reply to last comment. Okay, reply to last comment, so we are getting the replies also added here. Okay, so the best part remaining is to add styles. So let's add those styles first, so that it will look like a comments component. So let's add some styles here to make our component beautiful. So I have created one styles.css file here. So before even going to that, if you see, these buttons have some default style added by the wheat. So let me disable that first. So I'll comment that down. Okay. Okay, yeah, so here you can see the button styles are reverted now. So let's add the styles to our components one by one. So we have one this header component, right? So let's add styles for that. So it's a h2 as we know. So let's add some font size, and that font size can be like 22 px. Let's add some margin bottom here, bottom 16 pixels, and that's fine. So what we can do is so this this entire comment has a box around it, right? And that class name is comment. So let's style that and make it kind of responsive for handling the multiple comments. So let's add that. Okay, so this is comment box. So let's add some padding here. So the padding, so what we can do is we can add top padding as kind of 12 pixel, and we don't want the right and the bottom padding, correct? Because we have to show the comments to indented to the right and not to the left. So that's why we are adding 0 for the right side padding. Okay, so yeah, this is for padding. Let's add some border left. Okay, border left, and so why this border? So because these comments are nested, right? So we need to show the vertical lines that will show how, to which comment which reply is belonging to. So to understand that hierarchy, we'll need some border left as a vertical grid line. So it will be 1px solid gray. Okay, and if I save it, okay, yeah, so you can see now that to which comment we are getting this border. So we are getting it here. So let's make it a bit uh, darker so that will not, yeah. So this is a bit subtle now, and it is good. Okay, so there is a comment text inside this, right? So this one. So this is the paragraph. This paragraph we have added the comment text. So let's style that. It is the comment p. Yes. So we'll add some margin to for that. This is the top margin. This is the right one. This is the bottom margin, and this is the left margin. Okay. And the color is fine. So that is fine for the text, the white color. Apart from that, what we can style is we can style the buttons, as we have the buttons here. So for button, I'll style it universally by using the button tag, but we can always try to do it using the classes. So for simplicity of this problem, I'm adding the style on the button itself. So let's add some padding, 6px and 12px horizontally. Okay, if I save it, uh, okay, yeah, this makes the buttons a bit bigger. Let's add the background color. As you have seen on most of the platform, these reply and cancel button usually don't have the backgrounds. So let's remove the background from it. Let's remove this border as well. Border. None. Okay, yeah. So they don't have the border now. Uh, let's make the text a bit grayish so that we can differentiate the comment text from the button text. Let's make it gray. Yes, but not that much. Yeah, we can make it a bit of white. Yes, or even more, right? Yeah, this much is good. Okay. Then we can add some border radius. This border radius will be for looking good when we hover over our button. So let's make it like 6 to 8 px. Okay, border radius. Let's make it cursor pointer. So when we hover over it, it will look like a button. Font size is okay, and yeah. So I think this much is good for now for buttons. Let's save it. Yeah, okay. So here you can see we can see the cursor pointer now. On hover, we'll add some background color. Okay, but on hover we can add background color. Okay, and let's make it bluish. Let's select blue, and let's try to make it a bit uh, okay. I'm not sure how it will look, but yeah, let's try. Yeah. Okay, so if I go here, yeah, we are able to see it. Maybe somewhat lighter. Correct. And the color will make white here because to get some contrast. Mm, yeah, so here you can see we are getting the sufficient contrast here, and yeah, we are getting the button. Okay. Apart from that, what we can style is, we when we click on the reply, we have this input, right? And we have the send button. So let's transform this. So what is the, yeah, so the class name for it is reply form. So let's add style for it, reply form. Okay, so let's add styles for the reply form. Margin, uh let's add some margin top here, 10px. Let's call it display as flex. Let's add some gap also, so that there should be some space between the text and the reply button. Here you can see the send and the input are in same line because of the display flex, and we have some gap. Okay. Okay, so we have to style this as well, the reply and the text. And also we have to apply some background to this container so that we can see which comment is this. And currently we are not able to identify which comment it is, and what is the comment area. So what we can do is, we'll add some background to this text and the reply button, and it will be identified. Well, so let's go to the comment container here, and here we have the paragraph and the button. So let's add one container around it, div slash comment. Okay, let's call it comment container. Okay, and let's wrap it around this button and text. Yeah, just note this down. We want just text and the reply button inside this comment container. Okay, so let's add the style for this comment container, comment container. Okay, and what are the styles we'll require here? So let's add that background. Okay, background, so we'll add gray for now, and let's filter that. Okay, so it's looking a bit weird, so let's add some subtle background here. Okay, yeah, okay, even more lighter, right? Okay, so this is looking like a good comment background. We'll add some border left here, border left, so it will be some thicker border, 3px solid blue. Okay, and let's alter that as well. Okay, and what we can do is, we can just take this color. So this is actually a good color for button. Let's do that. Okay, so we are getting one border here, so our comment section is already looking great. Let's add some width here, width 100%, so that if some comments are bigger, then in that case we'll need that width. Okay, and we need display flex. As I said, what we have to do is, we have to get this reply button besides this text. So add some display flex here, and we'll align these items at center. Okay, let's put some gap like 10px. What we can do is, we can add some padding to this container, like padding 10px and 8px, maybe 8px horizontally and 10px vertically. Okay, okay, yeah, so it's already looking good. And we can add some border radius as well, border radius. So we'll add the border radius to the only these two corners. So it is top right, so border top right radius is 10, sorry, 10px. Okay, uh okay, and border bottom right radius, and it should be 10px. Because if we add the border radius to this, so this border will also get that border radius, and it will look weird. So yeah, so this is for the uh, right side only. Okay, and what else? Yeah, and I think we don't require the this blue border for the reply, so that we can understand what is the reply and what is the main comment. So let's remove that. So we have okay, we have this replies container here. So if we are showing the comment list again for the replies, let's add one div here. Okay, and let's wrap this thing inside it. Let's save it. Okay, so we have the replies class name now. So what we can do is, if the comment container is in the replies container, then we can remove that border. So replies is comment container. Okay, and so what we have to just remove this border left. So border left, and it should be none. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so here you can see only the main comments are getting this border, and the replies are not getting it. So that it means that these are the replies. We can even like apply some border, some darker grayish border. Okay, so that we'll understand that this is a reply and this is the main comment. So let's add some, yeah, and it should be like at least 3px, so that will get. Okay, yeah. So this is already looking great. Yes. So these are the replies and these are the main comments. We have the reply button, and yes, we have the cancel button. Okay. And yeah, in the reply form we have some input. So let's style that as well. You can fast forward if you want, because the styles takes some time. Reply form, and in that we have the input, and yeah, we'll style it somehow fast so that it will take some width. Okay, some padding. It will be 8px and 12px. Okay, and some background color. Background. Okay, that the background is fine. That's not a big issue here. Uh, and some add some border radius. Border radius, and it will be 8px. Okay, and let's remove that outline that is looking weird. Outline none. Okay, and let's remove the border as well. Okay, yeah, or without or even solid gray. Yeah. We have the new comment form left here. So let's quickly add styles for that. Dot new. What is that? Classes. What are those? It's new comment form, and it has the input. So let's do that. New comment form. So let's add display flex here. Okay, and let's add some gap here. Gap is 8px, and let's add some margin bottom. Okay, so that is typo. Margin bottom, and let's add that at 16px. Okay, so we have the margin bottom now. Okay, and it has the input, so we'll add the same style here. So okay, and let's do one round here. Okay, so we are getting the same input styles here on the both the inputs. Okay, yeah, so I think that's it for now. It's already looking great. We can tweak the styles a bit, but that's never gonna stop, right? Yes. Okay, and so just to beautify it more, we can add some emojis here, like for sending this, so it will look like this, and for adding the comment, where is the add comment? So in the app component, we can add some icons here. Okay, so it will be plus icon here. Okay, so and for cancel, in the cancel button, the cancel the clause, and in the reply we can add the something. Yeah. Yes, so we have added some emojis here to make our component beautiful. Yeah, so that's it for this component. So let's try one demo. of this component. So let's grab myself here. So here you have the nested comments problem. We can add the comment at the top level. So we can say this is awesome component, and let's add some emoji for the emotion, and let's call this yes. So we are getting our comments added at the bottom, and let's reply that comment back. So reply here, uh, here I can say thank you so much. Okay, and let's hit send. Okay, so this is the reply for this comment, and we can add the another reply to this comment as well. Subscribe to Shubham channel. Okay, and let's hit send, and it will be the reply to this. Yeah, so this is one awesome component which is more majorly asked in every machine coding round in React. So that's it. We have solved it. Nested comments are deceptively simple, but it's a complete test of recursion logic and your React fundamentals. If you nailed this, you are one step closer to cracking that machine coding round. Subscribe if you want to win machine coding rounds like a boss. Please hit like if this helped you and you liked it. So that's it for today. Bye bye.